Starting. So good morning, everybody, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. It's first weekend of fall. So coming into fall, coming into this season of change, putting behind us late summer, those long, warm days of late summer. And now coming in, as I said, to our season of fall, observing the changes in colors of our trees, the falling leaves. Good morning, Jane. We're coming back to the same principles that guide us through our yoga practice. The coordination of the body and the breath. The balance of ease and effort. The focus of our practice. The attention that we pay to moving into our practice, moving into each of the postures. The attention we pay to the micro movements of the body. Hello, Kathy.
Hello, sleepyhead.
Welcome. The opportunity to focus strictly on the body, strictly on the movements of the body for about an hour. And using that period of focus to prepare ourselves for the many challenges that come each day. Now, using that focus on the breath to carry the breath more deeply into the lower parts of the lungs. Expanding the belly, expanding the ribs, lifting the upper chest, creating spaciousness and room for the breath. Expanding the belly away from the spine as we breathe in. And drawing the belly back towards the spine as we exhale. Perhaps constricting the back of the throat. Bring sound to the breath. Ujjayi breath, that breath of sound. For me, that brings focus to my practice. Focus on the breath. And now lengthening the exhale breath so that it's slightly longer than our inhale, and giving more time for that exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the breath and the bloodstream, ensuring an abundant supply of oxygen through the bloodstream to each of the cells of the body to support our metabolism, to support the functions of the body. To nourish the cells, to nourish the organs. And as well, this time of focus to nourish the spirit. Taking 3 more complete rounds of the breath. And now, having prepared ourselves for our practice by this focus on the breath, bring the focus to the foundation of the body for this practice. The connection between the sit bones of the chair, rocking from side to side, noticing the weight shifting, and then coming back to center and perhaps just moving the weight or moving the flesh away from the sit bones to just deepen that connection between the sit bones and the edge of the chair. Next, feeling the connection between the feet and the floor, lifting all 10 toes away from the feet, spreading the toes. Bringing space in between each of the joints of the toes. Lifting the inner arches and feeling that line of energy moving up the inner edges of the legs. Taking 1 more round of the breath here. Exhaling, taking the arms to the side, inhaling the arms overhead and drawing the hands back to heart center. Beginning to bring motion to the joints of the shoulder. Circulating the synovial fluid around each of those joints to lubricate and nourish the joint and the cushioning tissue, the cartilage that helps make those joints move fluidly and easily. Pressing the hands together at heart center and pressing hard enough to feel the shoulder blades move slightly away from the spine. Draw the shoulder blades slightly down towards the waist. And bring the attention to the belly and to the lower ribs. And if they're popping out, draw them slightly back, firm the muscles of the front core. And feel the strength here. And now use those core muscles we just focused on, bringing the focus to the core on the right side to draw the body gently into a twist towards the right side. Keep the hands or the nose pointed towards the fingertips to isolate this twist in the spine. Breathe in and out, come back through center and follow the fingertips around to the left side. Now using the muscles on the left side of the core to draw us around towards the left. Inhale, exhale, come back to center. Take the arms overhead. And let's bring the hands down and fold the upper body over the legs, either coming onto our blocks or letting the hands come right down to the floor, just making sure that there is support for the fingers. If you're on the blocks, press into the blocks enough again to feel the shoulder blades move slightly in towards the spine. Expand the belly, expand the lower ribs into the thighs, into that extra resistance you get in the forward fold. And the resistance of the thighs and the legs will direct the breath into the back, into the lower back, below the lowest ribs, to nourish the kidneys, the adrenal glands, all those organs that are concentrated in the lower back. Fold as deeply as you can, perhaps even wrap the hands around the back of the legs. Breathe here. And use the next inhale to carry the arms all the way up. Take the arms overhead. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. Lengthen the side body. And bring the hands back to heart center. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. The right hand comes in towards the base of the spine, and twist ourselves towards the right side. Lengthen the spine and feel each of the vertebrae twisting around the central axis of the spine. Keep breathing here. Each inhale breath lengthening the head towards the ceiling, and the exhale breath allowing us to come just slightly deeper into this rotation. Take one more inhale here. Lift the head towards the ceiling. Exhale, come through center. That right hand comes to the outside of the left thigh. The left hand comes in to the base of the spine as we twist towards our left side. Draw the shoulders back and together and down toward shoulder blades down towards the spine. Lengthen towards the ceiling and deepen the twist. Inhale, come back to center. Place both hands on the thighs. Inhale, lift the sternum towards the ceiling and feel like there's a small string that reaches up towards the ceiling as we lift the sternum up, and then let the exhale carry the spine back as it rounds towards the back of the chair. The shoulder blades on the knees can draw the hands on the knees can draw the shoulder blades apart, and feel that stretch in the shoulders. Inhale, lift the sternum again. And exhale, round back. Final time, inhale, lift. And round back, this time only coming back as far as the neutral spine. Take a full breath in here. Lift the top of the head towards the ceiling and exhale. Take the hands towards the side. Inhale the arms overhead. Hug the biceps to the ears. Lift the upper body out of the pelvis, but draw the shoulder blades down the back as we exhale towards the right side. Keep anchoring the left sit bone to the chair to accentuate that stretch down the right side of the body, or left side of the body. Use the muscles between the ribs and the head, top of the pelvis to draw the body down. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale towards the left side. Lifting up and out of the pelvis, reaching over like you had one of those large exercise balls on the right side of the body, and you're reaching across it. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale the hands back to heart center. Take one full round of the breath here. Let's extend the arms out towards the side of the room, towards the edges of the room. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. And take the right arm over the left and reach around onto our shoulder blades. Lift the elbows slightly. And you can either stay here or bring the hands together. Lift the hands towards the ceiling, or lift the elbows towards the ceiling. Draw, but keep drawing the shoulder blades down. And breathe. Let's release the shoulders, the hands, and unwind once again. Stretch out towards the side. This time, left comes over right. Fingertips to shoulder blades. Breathe here. Hands come, either stay on the shoulder blades or lift, wrap them around, curl them around each other. And let's release. Draw the shoulders forward, straight up, straight back, and slide down. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and slide down. Interlace the fingers and roll the wrists. First in one direction, maybe making a figure 8 pattern with the wrists. And then roll in the opposite direction. Come back to center, gently shake the hands out. And now we're just going to open the fingers and then just go to into the webs of the fingers, starting with the thumb and the index finger. And then the next pair, and the final pair. And once again, just open and close the hands. Get as much movement as possible in each of those joints, in the fingers and the wrists. Take the hands down to the side, come back to our seated mountain pose. Take a nice deep breath in here. And exhale. And this time, let's exhale to the mouth with a big sigh. Let's repeat that inhale and exhale through the mouth. Inhale again. Come back up. Let's take the hands right into the base of the ribs. Make a fist with the hands. So curl the fingers in. You might even take the thumbs inside the curled fingers. Let's inhale and take the hands forward. Reach them out, and then we're going to exhale through the mouth with a big ha. So exhale, ha. Inhale, ha. Inhale, ha. Inhale, ha. And once more, inhale, ha. And come back. And let's shake the arms out. Interlace the fingers once more. They should feel nice and fluid after that work we did on the fingers. And let's draw that right knee in towards the right shoulder. Flex and point the toes of the right foot. Circle the right foot in one direction. and circle in the opposite direction. Keep hugging that knee in towards the chest, and either use your strap or grab the big toe and draw that knee back in towards the shoulder. This is sort of like a chair version of a half happy baby. So first stretching it back. And remember, you can use the strap as well as using the, and then think about extending that leg out in front. And let's bring that ankle back onto the opposite thigh. Support the right knee with the right hand. Gently rock that right knee by just lifting it and then letting it fall away. And then press the right knee into the right hand. So resisting here, using the muscular strength to press down and the muscular strength of the arms to resist. And then release that and see if the knee drops towards the floor. Maybe just a millimeter or so. Remember to keep the foot flexed while we're doing this work. So once again, press, using all the effort that you can to press the knee into the hand, but resisting that effort with an equal amount of pressure from the hand, and then let go of it all and see if the knee drops. Bring the palms of the hands to the knee and the heel. Press them, resist, sort of squeeze that lower leg. Straighten the spine. Strengthen the core. And then let go. If it's available to you, slide that knee across so the knees line up, or not. Hold the hands around the knees, straighten the spine, and do hug those lower legs in towards the body, and perhaps maybe lean slightly forward towards the legs. Inhale, come up, unwind the legs, take the legs into a gentle V, not a full V, just gentle, and let those knees roll. So let that right knee roll towards the floor. You can come up onto the edge of the foot, and that right hip can follow the leg around. Inhale, come back through center, and now let that left thigh rotate. The knee come towards the floor, come onto the side of the foot. The left hip can lift away from the chair, come back through center, roll in once more on this side. And we can even follow the body around and twist towards the left side or counter twist towards the right. Let the knees come back through center and then fall towards the right side. That left knee moving down towards the floor, even coming onto the edge and twisting more deeply in the same direction towards the right side, or counter twisting away back towards the left, getting a twist all down the length of the spine. Inhale, come back through center. Let's walk the feet back into hip distance. Look down at the feet, create that foundation between the feet. Check in with the foundation on the sit bones in the edge of the chair. Interlace the fingers in the non-dominant grip and draw the left knee in towards the chest. Flexing and pointing the left toes and circling the toes first in one direction and then in the opposite direction. If we did, again, flexing and pointing the toes and drawing that knee in a little closer now, and using the strength of the legs to press the shin into the resistance of the interlaced fingers. Moving the left ankle onto the right thigh and gently rocking that left knee by lifting and then releasing, letting it fall here. Now, using the isometric work of pressing the knee into the resistance of the hands to strengthen the muscles, both the leg and the hand. Pressing, increasing that force, and then letting it go and seeing if the knee drops. Once again, lifting and pressing and letting the knee drop. Slide the knees, or slide the left leg across the right, align the knees, lengthen the spine, open the chest, draw the shoulder blades together on the back, and fold any amount towards the crossed legs. Inhale, come back up to center. Let's leave those legs just crossed for a moment and do our eagle pose. So we've done the work with the shoulders and the legs. Now we'll put it together. We'll keep the legs crossed, extend the arms. So we have the left leg over the right, and we take the right leg or right arm over the left. Reach onto the shoulders. Bring the hands together and forward fold any amount. Inhale, come back to center. Unwind everything. Roll the shoulders. And now, right leg over the left, align the knees, lengthen the spine, extend the arms. Left leg comes, or left arm over right, shoulders, hands, fold any amount. Inhale, come back to center, unwind, roll the shoulders, unwind the legs, and let the hips sway from side to side. So take the heels just slightly behind the knees. Let's extend the arms out in front. Press into the whole feet. So remember the toes are still pointed forward, and lift away and come up to standing. And exhale, make a controlled descent back towards the chair. Let's once again lift the arms. We can go straight out in front or overhead. Lift away and come up to standing. Draw the hands back to heart center and control our descent back towards the chair. Once again, lift up away from the chair. And exhale, coming back down towards the chair. Now you can either continue to just lift away from the chair into standing mountain, or You can come up and keep the knees bent and come into chair pose. So remember to keep that contact with the whole foot. Try and see, you should still see the toes in front of the bent knees. Hold here. And let's control our descent back to the chair. And once again, just let those knees sway from side to side. Walk the feet maybe just slightly wider than hip distance. Let's bring the arms up to cactus position. So try and keep the shoulder blades coming in towards each other and the fingertips as directly above the elbows as you can. Breathe here. And let's exhale and we'll take that right elbow down to the right knee and twist towards our left side. One more breath here. Exhale, come back up to cactus. Draw the shoulder blades together. Left hand comes down. We twist right and extend the right hand, coming into our twist on the right side, towards the right side. You find you're creating sort of a C curve towards the front to get more deeply into the twist. Try and lift and straighten the spine. So just like our twist when we're seated, we're twisting each vertebrae around a central axis of the spine. Inhale, come back up to center. Let's take the arms overhead and then exhale over the legs and perhaps bring the fingertips into the center of that V. Lengthen the spine, reach the head forward. And again, keeping the neck and the head in line with the spine. And let's inhale, come all the way up and exhale the hands back to heart center. Let's turn ourselves towards the left side of our chairs. Support the left thigh on the chair. And if it's available to you, bring the right thigh free of the chair and bring that right leg directly under the shoulder and the hip. Curling the toes under or flipping the toes to coming onto the top of the feet. And this may be a bit more challenging stretch for the foot. Stretching out the ankle and the dorsal surface of the foot and lifting the arm up. Stretching out the bottom of the foot. Let's lower that hand down. Stretch the foot out behind and stretch out the bottom of the foot. Keep that outside hip rolling forward and working that outside leg towards straight and feeling a stretch all down that line of muscles. Connective tissue, everything in the front body, particularly getting a stretch in that groin area. Keep drawing the tailbone down towards the seat of the chair and notice how that intensifies the stretch in the front of the thigh, lifting that outside hand overhead. perhaps the left hand or follows it as well. And then bending the chair side elbow, coming forward, reaching up and out, and coming into an extended side angle on the chair. Reach that hand down towards the floor, come back up, and let's move back into center. Just let the knees sway from side to side to release any tension that's built up here. And now let's turn the opposite leg to rest on the chair. And remember, if it's not available to you to bring that knee down below, you can do these same moves with that outside leg just extended out towards the side. So here we would lift the arms and do this and do our extended side angle. But let's, if it's available to you, let's bring that knee underneath and keep moving that outside hip forward as we extend one arm, extend second arm, and maybe stretch. Consider moving that foot all the way back enough to allow you to straighten that leg. Keep rolling this hip forward. Drawing the tailbone down, reaching up with one hand, reaching up with the other hand, bending the elbow, stretching out into extended side angle. Coming up, drawing that leg in. And coming back to center. Legs come into a V. Exhale, fold in to the center of that V. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale the hands to heart center, walk the legs together. Come to the edge of our chair, extend the feet out towards the floor. You try and work the toes down towards the floor or flex the toes. You can either do either. Let's bring the hands across the hands, across the chest. And inhale as we angle the body towards the back of the chair. Exhale, use the core muscles, keep the spine long, draw the body forward, and fold over the legs. Inhale back. Exhale forward for 2. 3. 4. 5. Remember to keep toning up those core muscles. 6. 7. 8. 9. The lift comes from the core. 10, 11, and 12. Cross in the opposite direction, or extend the arms out in front, or even think about grabbing your weights in the cross to add some extra resistance. Exhale forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And come back to neutral. Let's just do a few more. One block comes in between the thighs. So hug into the thighs. One block comes between the hands and extends out in front. Or, as I said, you can continue. If you're finding this too much, just put the block in the thighs and cross the arms. But what we're trying to do here is strengthen the adductor muscles as well as strengthening the core muscles here. So we're hugging in, and we're the adductor muscles that of the arms, we're hugging in with the hands. Inhale back and exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward for 2. 3. Don't forget the legs. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. And come back to neutral. Release the blocks. And let's just do a little standing work before we slow ourselves down in final relaxation. So let's come up to standing. And today we're going to face the seat of the chair, supporting the hands on the seat of the chair. So the hands can either be flat or wrapped around the edge of the chair. It's really going to depend on how wide that seat of the chair is. Lift the belly. And let's once again find that one block, bring it back into the same place we had it in our core strengthening work. So squeezing the legs into center, lifting the inner line of the legs, firming up the belly, those core muscles we just worked and brought awareness to, and let the shoulder blades roll in together and then press away for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky to just walk the feet back and either take the block out or keep the thighs hugging into the blocks. Let the chair or head come down towards the seat of the chair, trying to keep it in line with the arms. For our chair version of down dog. So keep hugging the thighs into the block. And if you can, think of just taking that block slightly behind, towards the back as you hug in and twist the upper thighs back. And let's inhale, come forward to a plank pose. Hold here, hug the legs in. And then exhale, use the belly to lift you back into plank. Let's come forward once more to plank. And again, just come as far as you can while supporting yourself with a challenge. Maybe even thinking about bending the arms back slightly. Inhale, come all the way up and pull back to chair down dog. You can bend the knees if there's a lot of strain in the lower back. Stretch everything out here. And let's remove the block. Walk the feet in. And let's turn our chair. So we're now facing the back and wind up our standing work with chair down, or with a chair tree pose. Making a firm foundation with our chair side foot. Lift the outside leg by lifting the heel, turning the heel onto the ankle, bringing it up onto the calf, or right up onto the thigh. One or both hands. Open the branches of our tree. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Find a focal point that's not moving. Bring the hands back to center. Release the leg. And just let that leg sway side to side. Come back onto both feet. Move the chair around. Inhale. Create the foundation in the chair side foot. Lift the heel. Come onto the ankle, the calf, or up onto the thigh. Bring the hands to heart center. Find that point where you're focusing. Open the branches of your tree towards the sky. Draw the hands back to center. Draw the knee in. Let the leg sway. And let's come seated. Come back to seated. So returning seated. Coming back to our seated mountain pose. Building the foundation of the feet and the sit bones, stacking the spine, drawing the shoulders back, head back. Come back to seated mountain. And perhaps notice the ease with which you can come into this pose. The ease that's developed from our practice. The ease of finding alignment. An alignment that allows the bones to carry the weight of the body with a minimum of effort of the upper body. Let's inhale the arms overhead. And exhale, draw the sit bones back by sliding a bit forward on the chair, tilting the pelvis, and letting the body come to rest on the thighs. Turn the body inward in this pose. Turn your thoughts inward. And let's take 3 more breaths in this deep forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Return the hands to heart center. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh and twist towards the right. And again, notice perhaps a little bit more ease in coming into this twist as a result of our practice this morning. Inhale here and exhale. Right hand outside of left thigh and twist in the opposite direction. Come back to center. Take a nice deep breath in. Release it with a sigh. And now prepare yourself for final relaxation by taking whatever steps you usually take or anything you think might help you find a deeper relaxation at the end of our practice, as we draw our practice to a close. Move the seat and the sit bones towards the back of the chair, but try and bring that seat as far back so that the back of the chair is still supporting the spine, but not sort of letting the spine round into the back of the chair. So perhaps mimicking how your spine would be positioned if you were on the floor. Let go of the control of the breath. And notice how letting go of the control of the breath allows the muscles to let go, to move from a state of readiness for movement to a state of relaxation. That state of relaxation, that state of where we go to rest and digest. The long, slow exhale stimulating the vagus nerve, which tells the body to move into that mode of rest and digest. Again, as we move into rest and digest, the production of hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol slowing. Letting the body know that it doesn't need to be prepared to move, but can find that state of relaxation where deep healing can occur, where muscle fibers can restore themselves. And in final relaxation, we're not only allowing the physical body to rest and restore, we're allowing the mind, the mental body, to rest and restore as well. So even if it's only for flashes, for brief moments, can you let go of that conscious need to revisit past things in the past, to evaluate, or the need to plan for the future? What do I need to do after my practices this morning? The future will still be there once you're finished your practice. But allowing yourselves this moment in time to rest, digest, can prepare you to meet all the challenges that you're going to face for the rest of this week, for the rest of the day. Taking a nice deep breath in and exhaling as now we begin to deepen the breath. To reconnect with the world around us. moving the fingers and the toes, the ankles and the wrists. Sliding back towards the front of the chair, checking in one final time for today's practice with seated mountain, bringing the hands together at heart center and thanking ourselves for making time for this practice today, for bringing ourselves together, for sharing our practice with the others online. And thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. Namaste.